H.O.G.
Cheddar, hey, grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, 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 black. Yeah. Discrimination and hating got put you all there. Big dog, CEO, I wear all hats. Never lied to you once, I spit all facts. That was our people sprayed with the water hose. That was our women raped and then called hoes. How I'm done, my ancestor taught your child to read. Not to mention all the resources we created. Why they didn't want to see black families together. Would it be too strong with two parents at home? Young nigga better listen to this pimpin'. Don't you ever let the police get you slippin'. Fuck playing with guns, educate yourself. Now lead your son. You gon' treat your lady right if you respect your mom. Otherwise, treat the opposition how it comes. You're only a slave if you think you one, nigga. Yeah. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, black, cheddar, black. Hey, I'm just a king from the south. I had a dream like Martin, I hope I live it out. Black on black crime, it's a new time. It ain't just the opposite, I gotta watch mine. They smile in your face, but put a knife to your spine. You can do the same thing.
I'm still sharing this.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to another episode of the H.O.G podcast show. It's Friday, July the 7th, and we in here, man. I'm your host, Cheddar.
And I'm that damn fool financially, man. What's happening?
Y'all already know what time it is. There's three things we got to do before we get in content that stay prayed up, papered up,
and pulled up, man. Let's do it.
I ain't even got my horns ready yet. I ain't got the burn, 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 burn. Been a slow week.
You know it.
Holidays and shit like that. We're gonna get some people time to get in. Rock on the track here. What's up with it, Ken, folks? Hardest producer in West Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Rock on the track. He featured
Rocky.
He's also featured on the Plug movie that just premiered on the 25th, 24th, one of those days. So y'all go check that out. And I got some tracks from him too, man. You know, do your research, man. But anyway,
man, y'all in here, say what's up, throw a thumbs up or something.
Yeah. We got an absent member tonight. Shout out to our brother H.O.G. After handling his business in Germany, they got a show tonight with one of the artists out there. I mean, let me pull my horns up while the people come in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So tonight the episode is about social media myths. Parentheses, it starts at home. So we're gonna be conversing about that type of situation. You feel,
man?
Starts at home. So shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. You already know what it is. We need y'all to like, share, comment. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. We're trying to get to that 500. You feel me?
Yes, indeed. To your breezy.
Again, you tune in to the social media miss episode of the H.O.G podcast show. In parentheses, it starts at home. So Lee, take it over, man, on, you know, why we made it that title and things like that.
All right, man. So like I said, man, disclaimer. We gonna put this shit out here right away, man. Look here, man. I ain't trying to be nobody daddy, you know, but what I know is that as a grown young man or young grown man, however you want to say it, I made some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And we are collectively making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And so my disclaimer is this, man. I'm not trying to be nobody's daddy, man. I'm just trying to enlighten you guys and I'm trying to prevent you from making mistakes I made. You feel me? Because I'm pushing 40, so I didn't live some time. You feel me? So um tap in, man, to keep an open mind, cause we unapologetic with this shit, you know. And if you cut from the cloth we cut from, then you got thick skin, you gonna understand, that this shit is real, man. Our communities are destroying themselves from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? And this social media shit is just perpetuating this shit. You know, I was telling bro, I was like, man, I remember watching movies and shit on TV, and wanting to be some of that shit I seen, but I I, I also alluded to, what kept me in reality was my mother and my father, because when the TV went off and it was time to go to work, shit, they was gone and they was working. And you know, we was fending for ourselves, but we had already been taught, it had already been instilled in us. I remember riding the fucking
They
city bus.
in the building.
Yeah, I remember riding the city bus with my little brother from Hyde Park to Smoky City. I'm gonna say it just like that, from Hyde Park to Smoky City. So if you from the M, then you know what that's like.
Right.
And I was probably 11 years old, and he was, or 10 years old, and he was like 4. You know, and it was my responsibility, man. I had to get us up, make sure we got dressed, and we had to get our ass down there to that bus stop and get to that bus on time. Now, do I remember some days running because we were running late? Hell yeah. But it was the sense of responsibility, man. And maybe maybe I was too young to have that much responsibility. But I look at the mistakes I made, and the things that I've also been able to avoid. I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never seen the inside of a jail cell.
Right.
On the school
Straight up.
prison that was closed. You feel me?
Right.
I done been in the car before. I done been on the way, but God is good.
Right.
So I feel like the reason why we say it starts at home is because if you've embraced being a father, if you've embraced being a mother, then one of the things that you've dedicated yourself to, you committed yourself to, is making sure that your child has the resources to become better than you.
Right. Of
So
course.
it starts at home. So we can't allow social media to raise our kids, especially when we in their presence.
Yeah.
We
But
gotta be just as in tune with what the fuck is going on social media as they are, because this is how they live their life.
yeah. Real talk.
They'll sit on the phone in a dark ass room in the corner, and as long as they got that phone, they fine.
Right.
I
Do
don't
you hear
ever
me
remember
echoing?
like that, bro.
Am I echoing?
No, you can.
Audience, am I echoing out there? Y'all talk to me, man.
I don't hear you echoing.
Shout out to Jay Scott in the building, man.
Yeah,
Jay
what up, bro?
Scott said, "Don't praise the pastor, praise the Lord."
Uh-huh.
Real talk. That's some real stuff for your mind right there, though.
Cause I'm a vessel.
But like you said though, like so social media a mess, you know what I'm saying? Like you broke that down on it starts at home, and we definitely gonna dig into that why it should. But then like all the reasons to where like the pros and cons about the platform too, because if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't be knowing about a lot of this brutality and all this other shit that's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Like these hideous crimes when people find each other off locations and police beating people and being able to say that they ain't do something. So it's good for that. I feel like we just at a point to where we got to learn how to utilize it for our good. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things you can use it for. Uh, a lot of black businesses that get involved. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of people that then came up by having that junk. Shout out to my kinfolk, Polo G in the building, man. West Memphis representative, man. You know
Hello.
what I'm saying? He H.O.G to the fullest. He
Yeah,
was up there in
great.
Minnesota messing with me some years ago. But
My
yeah,
boy
man, you know,
John Green said double-edged sword. That's a fact.
right. Facts. What's up with the big my
Fact.
cousin Torrance Bradley in the building, man. Shout out Shot Town in the building, man.
What
Shit.
up, Torn? What up, Torn? Appreciate your support, man.
My nigga, that's the nigga I'm gonna bring out there. Forgot it when I come to Germany when he talking about playing that 2-on-2 shit. You know what I'm saying? We gonna rig shit, nigga. I'm telling you.
Shit.
Boy got the 15-footer in, my boy can dribble. That boy about 6'4".
I'm gonna have to get my head back in shape then, cause you know you ain't my
You
brother
gonna
ain't
have to.
like that.
But yeah, man, back to the topic and subject, man. You
Mhm.
said, how can you praise the Lord when most days the pastors are preaching false doctrine? And that's another thing about the platform of social media, though. Like it's exposing a lot of these fake pastors and stuff, like
Yeah, I
the
was
bishop
about to say
dude and
that, bro.
things.
Can I tap in on that,
Yeah, hit that.
bro? So check it, man. I feel that 100%, and I feel like that what you just said specifically is why we don't go to church.
Right, exactly.
You understand me? But the Lord is the Lord. You know what I mean? Like, so no matter what these dudes down here is doing in his name, that ain't per se along the guidelines of his guidance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't fault. We can't not praise God for that, bro. Like, and 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 I'll just speak for myself when I tell you, bro, like, listen, man, like,
It's a lot of
for the
false
people,
prophets.
for the people that have been blessed to not actually be in a situation where they seen God, you know, um, I applaud you. But I've been in situations where I done seen God. So if God didn't exist, I wouldn't exist no more. You feel me? So I get you, but I never not, man, get on my knees, get on my face. I never not pray as hard as I feel like I need to pray, because I know that if God didn't have me, bro, I wouldn't be here, man.
Straight up. Hey, let's get to some of the comments. We got some good ones too, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
We gotta start it.
Let me go back up. We got to go back up out right here. Jay Scott said, it's a gift and a curse. Most people use social media to exploit the people that seek entertainment. You know what
That's
I
facts.
mean?
Yeah, that's
Which
facts.
is
It's all about
facts.
entertainment.
Which is facts.
Yeah, it's all about
Uh,
entertainment.
Polo G said, that's what most kids are. That's why most kids are confused nowadays, because the people in church are judging.
Yeah, man.
Is a fact. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
Because like that's why a lot of people, and then from what you see, the pastors doing stuff nowadays, and not all of them. And I ain't speaking against the man of God or nothing like that. I'm just keeping it factual. Like you
Yeah,
can say you spiritual all day, but your actions gotta add up with what you're
that's a
saying.
fact. That's a fact. All day, all
You see
day.
what I'm
Your
saying?
actions gotta add up to the shit you say.
So my boy said, my boy Torrance Bradley said it's a lot of false prophets that's misguiding the communities. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people that's out here that take advantage of people that they think that's not spiritually inclined as they are, or like when you're in a vulnerable state of mind, when
Mm-hmm.
you're going through different things and stuff like that, and you
Yeah,
you
man.
might vent to a person that say that they spiritual, or that they involved into the Lord and they care about this and that, and this is how they want it, and they use it to their advantage though,
And yeah,
on a negative way. You feel me?
scavenging. They scavenging. They
From
scavenging.
what my understanding is, we don't praise God, we worship Him.
They scavenging, bro.
Okay, I
Yeah, they
feel that.
scavenging, bro. Like that's what I call a spiritual scavenger, bro. Because if you will allow somebody to be vulnerable with you, because you have paid attention enough to understand that they are in that state of mind where they emotional and they judgment is probably clouded, and so on a regular day they wouldn't share a motherfucking thing with you, but on this particular day they share with you, and you take that and you use that against them. You're a fucking coward, man. You a spiritual scavenger, man, and I don't got no respect for that.
All right.
I don't got no respect for that, bro. We should be looking to figure out why we have such disarray in our communities, man. Not just fucking trying to, keep the shit going and perpetuate the shit and make the shit worse. How the fuck don't nobody want to know why the murder rate in every fucking
Hey, you took a good breath at one time, and we're gonna take a quick break right now. Y'all already know what y'all tuned in to. It's the H.O.G podcast show. Social media a mess. It starts at home. Keep it locked.
CEO Gotti presents the Big Glow 4th of July Weekend Bash. Friday, July 7th at Club Flashback. Performance by Queens, New York artist Noah the Great. The best tracks, drill, R&B, and trap soul music and more by the one and only DJ Problem Child. Also, it's CEO Gotti's 9-year event hosting celebration, so you know it's about to be a night to remember. Powered by Paid Attention, the H.O.G podcast, The Tough Show, The Cave Stream Show, and For Release Kitchen. Get your VIP sections now. Pre-game party at Undecided Bar. Grab. Exclusive events. X marks the spot.
It's a red light, twerking on them red lights. It's a red light, twerking on them red.
As you tune in to the H.O.G podcast show, welcome back. It's the social media mess episode. It starts at home.
Yeah, man.
Inform y'all on what y'all just seen. The promo y'all just seen was something we got going on tonight. That's why our brother ain't on the screen with us tonight. CEO guy out there in Germany, handling Memphis business, you know what I'm saying? Memphis DJs, you know what I'm saying? Memphis hosts, you know what I'm saying? Everything going on Memphis out there in Germany right now. So he tuned into that. He probably be able to tap in sometime soon, but I don't think he probably too busy right now, but that's what that was, you know what I'm saying? It's going live out there right now. Noah, a great performer tonight, you know what I'm saying? So he one of the artists that we promote out there in Germany. And he go definitely extra hard. Shout out to Noah the Great. We know he gonna rip that thing. Shout out to Big Bro, man. See you next week. But back into the business, man. You know, we left off on a couple things, but everybody know what the main subject is. So one reason I feel like social media is a mess is because of the type of stuff you can, like, these kids can get to off of it, like the breaking into cars with the USB cords and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of different what they call them, glitches and stuff like that kids gonna go out here and try just because they raised off the media, like you said. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go out and try these things to see if it works because people showing them that it does. You know what I'm saying? So, but on the other hand, if we say some vulgar language or get the cussing or doing too much or talking about a certain group of people a certain type of way, then they gonna report us or give us a flag. But that type of content don't get flagged. I don't see how that makes sense or how that works. You know what I'm saying? That's like probably one of the things that we need to change about the media.
Shit. Man, look at that comment, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on, let me see.
Damn.
They use God gain turned.
Hey man, hey, bro, you might need to come on here, bro.
Jay Scott, he said people in church allow. I mean, always judge. The difference now is we have
all this tech.
The tech.
Parents
use tech to keep their kids safe instead of making them go outside. Yeah.
But shit, it ain't safe outside, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it ain't where we come from, it ain't safe outside. I say that.
So you think that's the alternative?
No, I don't. The alternative.
But it has been.
The alternative is what I've done. I retired from the Army in this state. I didn't have to stay in this state. The Army was obligated to move me and my family wherever the fuck I wanted to go as my retirement home of record. Mm-hmm. I chose to stay here. Why? Because it ain't shit going on. Not a motherfucking thing. I would probably be an entirely different man if I was raising my kids in Memphis right now. like just my temperament would be different. Everything would be different because I know for a fact that I would have to stay on their ass about handling their business and making sure that they handling their business in a definitive manner so that I ain't got to worry about, damn, they got into it yesterday. Is this motherfucker come to school with a gun today to do something? Is he come to school with a knife today to do something? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that type of shit, bro. That's the type of shit that I was dealing with in school in Memphis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, shit, bro. John Green on here, bro. We was lit, bro. We was literally, I think me and him might been standing feet apart. A nigga came up to the school, bro. When I went to the Bay High, nigga came up to the school, bro, with a fucking sawed-off shotgun looking for a nigga, bro. No lie. I'm talking about, we standing right out the back door, going toward the theater. I mean the auditorium. And I'm looking at bro, and I'm looking at bro walk up, and I'm like, bro, got something on him. And bro, he walked through, and we was on lunch. It was a lunch period. He walked through, and I'm watching him. And show his shit, bro. This nigga pulled the sawed off out, nigga. And thank God, I don't know who seen, bro, or who knew, bro. What the fuck, bro? They knew he was on some shit, and the police had already been called, bro. And I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, thank God for that, bro. Because, bro, listen, when I tell you, bro, the area that this shit happened, bro, it was a crowd, bro. So if he had a shot, any kind of shotgun, bro, you gonna hit the person that you trying to hit, but you gonna kill somebody else too.
Right.
So it's like, I don't worry about that type of shit here. Like I'm keeping it a whole 100, man. I don't worry about that kind of shit in Manhattan, Kansas, man.
Right.
And when I have to worry about that kind of shit in Manhattan, Kansas, we're gonna be the fuck up out of here.
And that's a blessing, though.
I doubt I will.
You hear me though? And that's a blessing, bro, because like you said, like we grew up like Jay Scott said in the comments. He was like, it's not safe now, nor was it back then. And that's true, bro, because at the end of the day, we just had, praying families and stuff like that. They knew how to protect us from most of the bullshit that was around us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we still seen a lot of bullshit, bro. Like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I like what John had to say. He said the alternative is establishing a community. So we have a group that both protects and holds us. That's a fact, bro. That is probably that is the exact solution. And I know you, so I know you a smart motherfucker. So I won't even argue with that. I'll just say this. It is a straight uphill battle. And when I say a straight uphill battle, I don't mean a hill that veers off at points. I mean one that keeps fucking going up. Because we have allowed this shit through ignorance. It's not because we knew that this was the plan, and no, man, like we all had to get smart in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And now what we all see, or what we all should see, is that there's always been a plan. There's always been a plan to cause disarray. There's always been a plan to keep us away from each other. There's always been a plan to keep us from being united. And how I know that is because if you look at what the Black Panther Party stood for, and I ain't no militant, I ain't none of that. But I'm just like those men in my mind. Because I sit on my porch, and when I sit on my porch, I watch my block, even though my kids are not outside sometimes. And I'm ready to react to anything that goes on my block that might hurt somebody on my block. Community.
Hey, speaking on it, look at the comments right here. So a lot of this stuff that the young people seeing right now, the young people involved in, I ain't never been into that role of things. I ain't never had to do it. I ain't never knocked nobody that had to do it or felt like they had to do it. But I done still got the same respect as a person that do it, if you ask me. But you know, the Crips and Bloods started. Like he said, that's how the Crips and Bloods started. Both community
They started as
organizations.
one. They
Yeah,
started as one.
organizations. But,
Let's put that out there first. They started as one. There didn't
but
used to be a such thing as Crips and Bloods.
right.
It
So
started as Cribs.
yeah. So check this out. So with that being said, like what was the mission back then though? It wasn't what's going
The
on now
mission
with
was
that.
to protect the neighborhood.
Right, exactly. But
The mission was to
right
protect the
now,
neighborhood.
right now it's looked at as different ways in the city. You
But
got niggas in the same set killing each other, bro.
the history, right? Because see, that's that thing I'm talking about when I say that ignorance, right? Because here's what happened, right? And it's when I say ignorance, I mean ignorance to the ulterior motive, right? Because you say, okay, well, what the fuck was wrong with taking Larry Hoover off the street? Or what the fuck was wrong with taking Stanley Tookie Williams off the street? Or what the fuck was wrong with taking Jeff Ford? And what the fuck was wrong with taking Raymond Ray Washington before he got killed? What was wrong with taking any of those guys? What was wrong with taking those guys? Nobody knew then. They thought it was a great thing, right? These are the heads of the gangs, right? So these are the heads of the drug organizations in the inner city. These are the guys that's pushing all this shit, making all this shit happen, pushing this crack, pushing this coke, doing all this, doing all that. Take them out of here. Right?
Right.
Okay. Here's what I know for a fact. When all them dudes was on the street, it might have been chaos, but it was organized chaos.
Yeah.
Right? It was organized chaos, right? So it was chaos because how do you rule territory when you have an enemy that's just as strong as you? You war. Right? You war. We in battle for territory because if I have more territory, I sell more drugs, I make more money. I can take care of more of my people. But bro, they was all our people. Poison came. How did poison get there? How did coke get there? How did crack get there? How did heroin get there?
Yep.
How did it get there?
Talk it.
You tell me this shit. You tell me this shit. When these folks just spent $6.5 million to find a fucking submersible vehicle that first of all wasn't certified, so it shouldn't have been down there in the first place. Right? They spent $6.5 million and sent submersible robots that could dive to the depths of the ocean that motherfuckers can't breathe at, can't live at. Fish don't even be down that motherfucker.
And get it through. You know who get that through.
Yeah. And so what y'all telling me is the motherfucking government, because that was the Coast Guard, that was the U.S. Coast Guard, the U.S. Navy. I put emphasis on U.S. That was Canada, who the French. And y'all telling me that motherfuckers ain't been able to stop drugs from getting in these motherfucking United States of America?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me hit that motherfucker.
Come on, man.
Hey, look, I always said that, bro. At the rate that this shit get over here, right? So at the rate that this shit get over here, you know, it ain't no way it can get over here in them amounts unless somebody that's a big dog involved. It ain't no way they can get over here in them amounts, especially if it's supposed to be illegal and all that shit. But then they locking people up behind it.
Everything is regulated when they come to that water.
Yep.
You know that like I know that. You in logistics and transportation and all that shit. You know that.
Yeah.
Just like I know that, bro. Just like you can't, just like you ain't flying shit in this motherfucker.
Look, guess what Jay Scott said? He said there were no black chemists in the hood.
Not a fucking one. And guess what? And guess what? If he was a chemist, he didn't know what the fuck he was. He was just doing shit to make shit better for himself.
Right. He was just trying to get by. But yeah, that's used against us too, though. It's a lot of pros and cons when it comes to this shit.
Man.
But like the social media thing, it's just like
Man.
it's outrageous right now for us. Like anything that's happening on this joint, the people that in the past behind it, like it's like it ain't no consequence for like especially the car stealing shit. Like if it's reels like that out here and you notice that it's happening in neighborhoods at mass amounts and shit, these little kids breaking in cars, some of them dying behind breaking in cars. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on. Why haven't you
hide behind the First Amendment?
Why haven't you stopped it though? That's my question.
They hide behind the First Amendment, right? Like okay. So prime example, right? Like countries like Russia, for example, like you can't post certain shit on social media in Russia because they'll come get your ass and take your ass to jail.
Yeah.
Like there is no like there is no amendment that keeps you from getting indicted for breaking the fucking law. Right. So everybody hide behind this First Amendment bullshit. Like, oh yeah, I can show you this, but if you go do this, it's your fault, not mine.
Right.
Type shit. So that's why you see the TikTok video of a motherfucker showing
supposed to be only entertainment.
It turned into a challenge. I was like, wait, what? I was like, hold on, wait a minute. It's a challenge now from TikTok to steal cars. Where the fuck they do that at?
Bruh, the shit been happening heavy up here, bro.
But
like heavy. It's
this question though, Cho. Answer me this question though, Cho. Like here's what I want to I'm trying to figure out, right? So like at what point do the powers that be get involved? Because see, with that shit, it wasn't
that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't just no black kids that were doing that shit now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look,
all kind of motherfuckers the Steeler Cartel, whatever the fuck that shit was called.
Yeah. So, real talk. And that's what I'm saying. Like that was my question. Like to where like at what point do you step in and say, all right, if we get reported for like I said, speaking on certain things, sensitive subjects and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how is it that they not getting reported or some type of attention to that type of behavior, especially it can get somebody killed or you know what I'm saying? You take it from somebody. Everybody ain't gonna let you just take some from them that they work hard for it. Some people and that's church people, street people, or whatever. It's just certain people that just ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So comments, he said people have been taught to mind their business instead of stopping the wrongs they see. This mentality has spilled over to their local communities. But nowadays, you can't even try to correct no motherfucker without them thinking like you trying to step in their business and you fuck around and been to get killed trying to correct some wrong out here. So I'm correcting my kids. You know what I'm saying? It starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm correcting my kids. That's the only thing we really can do, bro. Because right now, you gotta have the intuition to know what's your like picking your battle. Like, okay, I see something going wrong. I see something going wrong. I can step in and interfere and probably save this person's life or turn the situation. But you got to be real precise on how you make that move. Because nowadays, man, niggas shooting you because you telling them that they child did something wrong to your child.
Facts.
The parents ain't like it was back then, bro. Niggas ain't sitting down and talking about real solutions for these kids.
That's 100% why ain't nothing doing when it come to my kids at that school.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing doing. Listen. If I gotta talk to you, We need to talk. We need to talk somewhere where we can't have no weapons.
Right.
And you still ain't safe. But I'm fully in control of myself until I feel like you threatening me and my wife. And then I'm gonna act accordingly. So if you meet me in the street, you already know what the fuck it is. I ain't never without it. I ain't never fucking without it. And I'm always ready to go. To protect mine, hell yeah. And I'm ready to go if that's what the fuck it take.
TTG.
So I mean, like that part of this shit, I'm fully prepared for, I'm always in tune with that, and that's why I said like you have to teach your kids to handle shit definitively.
Mm-hmm.
There is no tomorrow. This ends today. However we need to do it is how we need to do it, but it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I don't teach my kids to be aggressive. I don't teach my kids to do none of that shit. I teach them to defend themselves and think.
Right.
You need to think before you even decide to clench your hand to ball your fist.
Yep, because your action affects everything in the household.
Everything.
It is gonna affect your dad or your mom from going to work if you got to stay home and you ain't old enough. It's a whole it's a precise decision making thing. Like for real, for real.
So if we don't do that, if we don't start like that, then what you expect when you go to the school or when you encounter a situation with your kid, I mean, you should expect chaos. I don't never expect chaos because I already know what my kids did and didn't do. I already know. Teacher, you can't tell me. Principal, you can't tell me. Where's the footage? Y'all got cameras all over this motherfucker.
Yep. They never be able to bring it out. They never bring it. They never be able to bring it out.
You ain't
we can't do that because of this. This might breach this and that.
Me shit.
Yeah.
You ain't telling me shit about I can't see some shit that my kid was involved in, and it was an incident that caused some physical harm to my fucking child. No, you ain't telling me that. I'm finna go get a lawyer. We finna go to the city hall, and this shit finna get taken care of because if not, because the alternative, you don't want the alternative. Trust me. You do not want the alternative. I will destroy this motherfucker. I will destroy this motherfucker.
Hey, let's get to this comment before we get to another break, man. Hey, look, your boy Jay Scott said, your community is your home. We started reducing the community to our individual households.
We made our own. We made our own communities, man. We are a community. Hell, the families that are involved with us, the Scotts, right. The Taylors,
right.
the
Ryans, the Warlords.
Ryans. Yeah, we are a community. You know what I'm saying? We are a community, and we ain't no outsiders involved. I ain't gonna lie. So I mean, I'm gonna have to go against my own grain, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because I know how far I'm gonna go.
Right.
But at the same time, there's steps to this shit because first we gotta solve this issue of like we gotta educate motherfuckers, man. Like motherfuckers gotta understand something, bro. Like what we fighting against, this shit is hundreds of years old, man. These folks knew when they had to free us that they couldn't let us unite like we had done
right
shortly after they freed us. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the type of shit when you are intrigued by why this thing got how it got, because I am. And I look at it, and I remember growing up, and hell, I'll be honest. I didn't even realize Memphis was so bad until I left Memphis.
Yeah. Me too, though. To be honest, cause
I
it's
didn't
so
even
much love down there, bro. It's so much love.
was what it was until I was
Right.
gone.
Yeah, me too.
And then I walk up on motherfuckers and they start asking me questions about me, and I start telling them where I'm from. They're like, "Oh shit, no,
It's
it
an
ain't like
instant. Yeah, it's an instant like withdrawal. Like
yeah,
what
bro." It's like, whoa, wait, okay, you from
and
here?
not that on like, like anywhere, like the difference between Memphis and other cities is, bro, everybody gonna go.
Yeah,
Like everybody gonna go. Like even the church people,
yeah,
the most spiritual, nicest person gonna go.
yeah.
If they get pushed in a corner, bro, they gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
It,
So,
it's no
it's,
holds barred there, man. You either you eat or you get ate.
yeah, yep. And it's been like that ever since we were little. But like you said, it was so much game and so much people that was around us that
Mm-hmm.
had that protected you from certain stuff, indirectly and directly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like your grandma praying for you, and you going to summer vacation Bible school before. Like we had different things to do back then that kept us out of bullshit, but we still get in bullshit though.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Vacation Bible school.
yes,
I was listen. I
summer
promise.
camps.
I was in church. I was in church. Listen to me. I was in church. I was in Sunday school. And I know it's somebody on here that can attest to this. I was in Sunday school and church every Sunday from the time I was
A work shit.
when I can remember it, probably I was like 7 or 8. Bruh, from the time I was 7 or 8 to the time I was 18. That was when I left Memphis and I was off to do army shit.
But it was no choice back then, though. If you think about it, if it back then, it wasn't no choice. Like my grandma and my aunties and mamas and stuff like that. Man, look, my mama
What up, Jack?
always said, like if you go to, I don't care if you go out the night before or whatever. You just gotta go to church the next day, though. I don't care if you gotta come in there drunk or whatever. You gotta go to church.
Went to church, bro. Went to church hungover as
Brandon Ford, what it do, my boy?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Silverback, what up with it, man? Subscribe if y'all ain't subscribed. Hit the like, share button. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, it's just a lot of stuff that kept us out of trouble back then, though.
Elite,
like,
bro. Yo, bro, listen. I promise you, man. My mama. And knowing that if she told my daddy I was doing some shit, he was gonna be on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they split when I was 12, so but like, bro, that presence is a presence, bro. That's why I don't be worried about shit.
So let me ask you a serious question, bro. And people in the audience, while we got people in here, man. Like, so do y'all feel like that the discipline that we had will work nowadays, or it'll be more effective nowadays with dealing with these kids?
No.
And why not?
Because they by default, they have been exposed to more life. They have more access. They understand shit. And like I'll tell you, I'll be the first to tell you, I dare one of my kids to call any of them motherfuckers. Call DCFS, call the police, call whoever the fuck you want if I smack the shit out your ass because you did something you ain't no business doing. Call any of them.
Yeah, some stuff deserves a certain discipline.
Hey, after you call them on that cell phone that I pay for your ass every motherfucking month, just put that bitch down on the table and don't motherfucking touch it no more. Because when they take your ass up out of here, because you called them, because I smacked the shit out of you, so they gonna take you.
Right.
You can't have your phone.
Straight up.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Brandon, you see I got the John on now. Let me know if you need it. I got a white one like this too now. You know what I'm saying? Get it your boy for the merch, man. Merch still on deck.
Kids have rights now.
Kids have rights now. They do though. Real talk, bro, because you got to check it out, man. Like, and they know that though too. They know that too. That's the crazy thing about it. Not at all. Can you imagine discipline your child and they portray you as abusive in social media? Yeah, that's right. So that he referring
Exactly,
back
bro.
to the
That's
question.
it,
He
man.
referring back to what I asked, like it's discipline. And when you think about it, bro, I'm talking about like on a physical and a mental though, because I catch myself sometime like, if your child, if you have to correct them about the same mistake
Yeah.
so many times, probably about that third or fourth time, it ain't gonna come out so nice. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
So
be
I
honest
have to
with you,
catch
it
myself.
don't get to a third or fourth time.
Yeah, so I have to catch myself
You know?
sometime on the way that we approach the kids too. Like,
Yeah.
cause some kids are going to a shell if they feel like you coming down on them, or like
Mm-hmm.
you not listening to what I'm saying. Cause
Mm-hmm.
we didn't back then. It was like, okay, you come in a room full of grown folks and get to talking, man, you might get hit with an
Yeah,
object, you
smack
might
the
get
shit out of.
you know what I'm saying? So
Shit.
nowadays, these kids, like, it's different.
Yeah.
But it's a battle like trying to deal with it. So I can imagine, okay, the way we deal with our kids right now at this era, how we have to deal with them. How is it gonna be dealing with them when they get grown?
I say
Like
this.
when they get grown, because you still gotta take care of your kids and get them the support.
You know what, Joe? I'm I'm gonna stick to my guns, bro, and I stand on what I said. Hey, man, listen, if you can't take it and this ain't what you want, change your situation.
Right,
Especially if you grown.
right.
Especially if you grown. And I got a grown ass son, and I don't put my hands on. Yeah, hey, listen, man. You can either get right or get the fuck out.
Right.
Now I done told him that a couple times because he be fucking up, I'm fully aware, bro. Like you gonna have to fend for yourself, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
All right, let's go to what Jay Scott said. He said there's a thin line between discipline and abuse. I'll go to jail to protect mine, even if that means it's from themselves.
That's a fact.
Right. Yeah,
That's
that's what I said.
the same
That's
shit.
how I live my life.
Yeah, that's the same shit we talking
That's
about.
how I
Like,
live my life, bro. Because I know the world ain't gonna care about how they
Joe,
give it to you at
Can
all.
I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You at 39,
Yeah.
me at 38. Here's what I know about us. We couldn't have been raised in this era with this mind.
Nah, hell no.
We you we had to experience the shit we experienced. We had to get hands put on us. Nigga, we still hard-headed now.
Yep.
So just think about it, like, because see, the thing is this, right? Like your kids are an image of you. So whatever you show them, whatever you see in them that you don't correct, that led you down the wrong path, that's your fault.
Yeah.
That's why I pay so much attention. I don't say a lot. I don't say a lot to my kids because
Right.
I like to really watch them and like, let them just be who they, because then I can see, okay, that's how I
Speaking.
know. That's how I know them all. Like like my youngest daughter don't ain't scared of shit. I'm to my ain't. We was out there barbecuing yesterday. It was a dog loose, and she was riding her bike. I was like, "Hey, you want to just stay down here? You good?" She was like, "I ain't scared of the dog, daddy."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, well, shit," because I was scared of dogs at your motherfucking age for sure. So where the fuck that come from?
Man, shout out to everybody tuning in too,
Yeah,
man.
but
Shout out to everybody in the inbox. Shout out to y'all.
but I say that to say this, man. Listen. We don't need to discipline our kids how we were disciplined. That's first. I don't need to do what was done to me to my kids because it was done to me.
Right.
So I'm not. I know how to control what I made. They all have my temperament. Trust me, and it still can't get no worse than mine. What they don't know, you came from me. You can't be worse than me. I'm the original. So just understand that no matter how you want to go to war, your daddy is down for it, right? So you better think about that before you start playing games, because see, I don't need to get physical with you to hurt you. Because
Yeah,
what I know, what I done learned in my lifetime is physical pain ain't shit.
nope, they gonna get over it.
Physical pain ain't shit. It ain't a motherfucking thing. I worked through that. I worked through that for years and years and years to provide for y'all ass. So I already know physical pain ain't shit, and I know y'all are of me, so y'all feel the same way. You just won't say it to me, so I know. So I'm gonna deal with you mentally. I'm gonna hit you exactly where it hurt at. I'm gonna take everything you love, everything you like. Hell, I might not even let you eat certain shit at dinner.
Right. Certain shit that you like. Hey man, look, we're gonna slow it down and take us another break. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back in just a second. You know what you're tuning in to is the H.O.G podcast show. Social media a mess. It starts at home. Keep it locked.
Yo, Mr. Ninth Wonder here. Yes, the beard guy. The Kicking Game, the realest podcast in the world. H.O.G podcast, you heard me. Check in with CEO Gotti, Show Cheddar, and my dog through it all, Mr. Financial Lee. Catch him Thursdays or Fridays on YouTube or Facebook at 7 p.m. Central Time. Central Time. As they keep you up on today's topics, current events, and anything else in between going on. Oh, and check out 91 the premium products while you at it. Male or female, I got you covered with everything you need from head to toe. Hair strand and cuticle, from elbow to ass. I mean, I got you. H.O.G podcast, 91 the premium products, it's a lot.
Welcome back to the H.O.G podcast show. Y'all know what time it is, man. I'm your boy Cho Cheddar, man, and we've been discussing social media being a mess, but the starting at home part of it is what we really focusing on tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we breaking down, things that's on social media that kind of deteriorate our culture. You know what I'm saying, or make us, feel like we got to do certain things and put different things and stuff like that. So coming back in, coming back into it, man. I got the commercial thing running, still tripping. But coming back into it though, I want to go into a more personal situation for me, because a lot of people, they probably look at us like we imperfect. I mean, like we super perfect, and our kids ain't going through things. What's that?
I said I hope not.
Yeah, so I want to touch on some stuff that I just been experiencing with my young just beginning teenagers right now. I ain't gonna go too deep, but just to give y'all a little bit of the surface of how influential like social media and stuff like that can be. So, as parents, we don't want to we don't want to face them situations when we feel like that our kids trying to do something too early or focusing on the wrong thing too early. But in all honesty, in some of our lives or most of our lives, you know, we was accustomed to be around we was around shit that we didn't supposed to be around.
Hell no.
And in this instance though, like in my instance, from like how I raised my kids and our children, I don't feel like I done put them in that line of fire to where they like around people that, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Multi Talented in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get right back into it. Shout out to Multi Talented in the building, man. Shout out to Ricky Rose in the building, man.
Your support, homie.
Loyal customers. That's my brother. Shout out to them here in West Memphis. But continuing with what I was saying, you know, like just going through certain things, you know, like your daughters becoming like they 15, 14, 13, them type of ages right now. So they getting into the boys approaching them, and you know, sometimes the influence can come off a little bit stronger than parenting. No matter how strong your parenting is, you know, if they ain't got their mindset to make the right choices, then they gonna have to bump their head a couple times to get themselves right, you know. And with saying that, you know, like I've known like sometimes I come off like when it come to discipline it for sure. Cause it's one thing I ain't gonna play about. Like you said, bro, I'd rather do something to you before I let them do something to you.
Man,
You know
I'm
what
trying to tell you.
And
Yeah.
certain times as young parents, especially, you know, you get frustrated because you don't know how to deal with your child when they come to things that resemble you, or like it kind of agitates you too. Like, I was in this situation back then. You supposed to be smart enough not to do that. I done showed you all the right stuff to avoid that. But the honesty is, bro, the influence is what they have to get a hold to. The influence is what they have to be stronger than.
Right.
Because it's too many people that's coming, it's kids that's coming to school that got very lenient families or parents that let them do anything. They run the house by themselves, like ain't nobody most of the time ain't there.
Influence, bro. The influence is what we have. We are the leaders. So the influence comes from us.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
That's why I say that's why I tried to put it, and I know I probably put it in a dumb sophisticated way. I probably shouldn't have said it like that.
Nah, that was the best way to put it, the way you put it.
But when I say teaching my kids to make definitive decisions and handle stuff in definitive ways, that's how I deal with shit. I'm not listening to me. If we got an issue, I'm not coming back to this shit tomorrow. So we're gonna deal with this shit today. We're gonna deal with this shit today.
Right.
Or we not gonna deal with it. And if you bring it back to me, then expect me to be real different. Expect my temperament to be different because I don't look back.
Right.
So that's my influence on my. I don't look. Whatever fucking conflict it is, it ends where it started. When we walk away from this shit, there's nothing.
Right.
Because when you come back, you're not gonna be able to leave again. That's what I mean when I say definitive decisions.
Right.
To defend themselves.
Right.
And that they possess what they need to do what they need to do. But you have to have the confidence not to do it just because you can.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I told my kids how to punch literally. So they all know where to hit, what it do, where to hit. To get a thing, to get them up all, if they all up on you, where you hit them at. And they know.
Mm-hmm.
Male or female, if you need to get them, if they all up on you, you need to get them up off you. Where you hit them at, where you grab them at. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know.
So
they know.
So what's some things that they should be knowing about, like for us, like this social media thing and the thing that's so much of an influence to them right now?
Before we move to that, can I say this though?
Go ahead.
I feel like if I don't say this, we leave this door open. Okay, so we're talking about the topic of this
Yes,
subject is the topic of this conversation is discipline, right?
yeah.
And then versus now, right? So none of us probably disciplined our kids how we were disciplined, right? Here's what I'll tell you though. I don't feel like nothing that I was subjected to was wrong. I don't feel like I was abused.
Nah, me neither.
I
Me
don't
neither.
feel like I was mistreated. I don't feel like none of that. I don't have no disdain for my mother or my father. I love them both to death. I text my daddy every day. You feel me? When my mama hit me and she needs something, she get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I love my mama and my daddy because, like I said, physical pain ain't shit.
Right.
Physical pain ain't shit.
Yeah.
And I had that. I had that before I went anywhere and presented myself as a man.
Right.
I knew that physically I could go anywhere I needed to go.
So I got a
Before
question
I
for you.
presented myself as a man.
So I got a question.
Hold on. That type of influence, bro. That is the type of influence that I'm trying to have on my kids because I didn't subject them to none what I was subjected to. They don't need to be subjected to what I was subjected to because first of all, they ain't growing up in the environment I was growing up in.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If my mama didn't have her hands on me, I probably would have been in the streets with the Crips and the Bloods.
Yeah.
The gangsters and the Vice Lords. Nigga, I was around all of them.
You and me both.
Existed amongst all of them. And was never one of them.
Yeah.
So
that takes some strength right there. Shit.
So I needed what I got.
Yeah.
And because my situation is different from what my parents' situation was when they was raising me, my kids don't need that.
Yeah.
They don't need that. They need a firm influence, and that's what the fuck I am.
Yep.
Because they know if they cross me, it's a problem.
But see, you know what else though? It's certain. So you got to know your kids too. On what it's some kids that you can go hard on, and that's gonna push them to be the best them. But then it's some that you're gonna have to, like you said, just have that firm influence and that firm approach when talking to them to make them understand it without physically putting your hands on them or nothing like that. But you know, like I talked to my kids, bro. We had a long conversation about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I really opened up to them and like, you know, I ain't making it seem like nothing all right about nothing, but I'm your parent and I'm gonna support you through your good and your bad. But what I want you to understand is though, when you try to be slick and when you thinking you being slick, now you can get played by these streets. The streets don't love nobody. These niggas out here try to say, oh, they smoke this with me and this and then this already rolled up. You don't know what that man trying to do to when I see girls, bro, and how we grew up, I know when you at that level, when you starting to trying to smoke and do little different stuff like that, the next thing coming is the sexual thing.
Hell yeah.
You know saying because weed, all they do for a young person is get them horny. They ready to try to touch and feel and this and that, you know what I mean? So the knowledge of what I'm putting out to them and helping them understand, like, nah, I ain't gonna never come down at you or nothing like that. I'm just gonna let you know from a father's love, and my love is a firm love. So all the time, I ain't gonna come with that baby, this and that, especially if I gotta repeat myself. You see what I'm saying?
I ain't never coming like that because you don't need
right.
Because
the streets, the world ain't gonna come like
that.
No, at all. These dudes out here now, they saying like little slick and okay. The social media got it so messed up and twisted to where like everybody getting money, everybody having something. Mm-hmm. So if your child's mind is weak and materialistic type things and stuff like that, and easy to be led like that, they gonna fail so quick because these young niggas, this all they doing. Hey man, look, okay, I can hit this. I can make a quick 1,000.
Yeah.
yeah, I can make a quick 1,000. I ain't got to go to work for 10 hours or 8 hours. I can do this, which is some hustles out here to where you can develop yourself into that type of person. But you
you
got
can
to start it
like that.
before, you got to start it before 18, 17, 16. You got to already have it engraved in you. You got to have it in you and ready.
Mm-hmm.
You got to motivate yourself to be able to do them things. If not, you will fall for the okie doke with what everybody else doing around you, trending instead of setting a trend. So I just, man, I think my people, I think you Lee, I mean you, Gotti, my mama, different people like that for like putting the game in the neck to be able to talk to their kid. Cause one day, the other day when I was finna talk to them, bro, I was really on like frustrated, angry mode. I wasn't finna say shit nice.
Yeah.
And I talked to my mama, you know what I'm saying, about what I was gonna talk to them about, and she kind of calmed me down. And then I started thinking from stuff from spiritual aspects too, like, okay, we childs of God. However, it don't matter if you a street nigga, a demon, whatever you call yourself, you still created by the man. So when you doing these acts or you going against what he's saying that you're supposed to do, he don't just bash out at you like that or do this. And we I mess up every day. Every day we mess up. So I had to start putting it in perspective, bro, to kind of deal with them a little bit more gentle, you know, be able to have an open ear and talk. But I'm still going, when I hear some bullshit, man, I'm just not going for the bullshit. I can't go for it.
But check it out, right? So along the same lines, here's how I feel. And I feel like you feel, but for me, I think it's just a bit more clear because I feel like, bro, like a lot of what I am is like with my temperament and my presence, that's my mother. Like she, hey man, look, Beverly is Beverly, man. You accept her or you don't, but and she's smart. And then, the part of me that most people meet.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Diane. I promise. I had to change my mind.
The me that most people meet is my father, right? Because when you meet me, when you see me, and we in person, then I need to be different because I have to be looking at the situation a different way.
Right.
But I say this to say that I have conversations with my kids, and I'll say this to you too about you. Your presence is everything, bro. Like me and Gotti talked about. I was like, bro, Cho really don't understand what he done for me, man. Like I ain't used to cook for my kids, bro. I got. First of all, I got a 19-year-old. I got a 15-year-old. I got my 15-year-old. She wanna be a chef. So I don't need to.
Right.
But when but kindred spirits. And then when I see something that influences, because both of y'all older than me, y'all big brothers to me. When I see something that y'all doing that I ain't doing, and it makes sense to me, but it don't make sense to me why I'm not doing it, then I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's about being accountable, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about the fact that I feel like I'm accountable to y'all. A lot of men would be like, oh, I got a wife, I got this, I got that. I don't need to be accountable to no other man. Why not? Why not? We police each other. Your wife ain't gonna talk to you like another man that's married to talk to you. Especially when you are doing things that you need to fix. Because if you didn't feel like you needed to fix shit, we wouldn't be talking about this shit.
Right.
So it for me it's just like, man, like we learn from each other, we build each other up, we get better off each other.
Right. That's what we're supposed to do.
And once we once this message reaches the world, because I know it will, I'm manifesting, and they see this community that we have built. It ain't no hatred here, man. It ain't no bad. I ain't jealous. We all do different shit.
Right.
We all do different shit. We all make money different ways, but we all H.O.G.
Right.
So when it's time to bring it all to the middle, it ain't gonna be no problem. But but, but what we have built is what we have built, right? And
Right.
if we don't show the world what we done built, if we don't spread this message, how we spread this message in our way, fuck anybody else's way,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Then how do we expect to affect change how we want to? You see what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
like
Talk
motherfuckers.
that shit, man. Talk it.
Motherfucker like to say, oh, you an alpha, you an alpha, right? Okay, I am. But what you got to understand about a true alpha male is a true alpha male only want to be around other alpha males.
Right.
So I don't need no yes man. I don't need no motherfucker that's gonna go with whatever I say. Oh, let's go do this dumb shit.
Nah,
Let's
we gonna correct, bro. You already know, nigga. We get in each other on the real. If it's some bullshit, hey, bro, cut that shit out. Go on, stop that bullshit, cause you know you
yeah,
tripping. They we gonna tell you the real. My brother said, earn
iron
sharpen
sharpen
iron.
iron.
Look,
That's a fucking fact.
I know I said it like a Memphis
That's
nigga
what
too.
we do every day.
Hey, and that's a good thing. You should want to be around people that's like that
Yeah,
too.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate being able to like we man, look, I learned stuff from you that you don't even know, like with the brine and the meat and different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna you talking about you don't cook, but you done taught me something about cooking. You know what I'm saying? You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like it's like a
But bro, you dedicated. I'm so I swear to God, bro. Like we talk every day, dog.
right,
So when I say nigga, you cook for your kids every day, nigga. I'm not like you cook for your kids every day, down there Monday through Friday, down there week in, week out.
yeah,
And I didn't knew you for 2 years, and I can't recall a time where we wasn't on the phone at this hour and
I want
the
cooking.
kids wasn't eating or you wasn't cooking so they could eat.
Right,
The only reason why on the day like today is because today is Friday. We do
right.
the
And it's the
podcast on
cast,
Friday.
and they give me a break on
Yeah,
Friday.
and they
And
feel for themselves.
what's good though, that like my wife work evenings. Well, she do travel a different job now, but she
Mhm.
work evenings. So, I just had to get into that role of when I came to the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like throw the kids some and like that's what I'm saying too, bro. Like a lot of the shit that I know that I do for them, like I'm talking about like hands down every day. You ain't never saying you hungry or none of that shit, to be honest. Like and like clothes, you get exactly what you need, but y'all run, I want you to get it to where the fashion shit don't mean nothing. That's a bonus to what you do as a person. Your character, your integrity, that means the most. Like when you coming up, and just basically kind of put that in them. But they're gonna have to go down their own path. I feel like they're
You know
gonna
what
get
I
it, bro.
told my kids one day, I don't know, they had pissed me off. They weren't cleaning up. They never clean up like I need them to, like I want them to.
Yeah,
I won't say like I need them to, like I want them to. I told them, I said, man, y'all really don't get it. I had all 5 of them up here. This is how you know I was
but you
pissed.
tell me a war story about if you leave something in the
No,
sink, you get your ass whooped.
no, I wouldn't. I don't do that. I don't really try to be scaring them. I just really be trying to make them understand. So when I pull them all together,
Yeah,
they didn't really piss me off. But at the same time, like I said, like I don't need to get physical with my kids. My influence is enough. My presence is enough. I know it.
right,
So this particular day, and it goes along the lines of what you were just saying about their clothes and their shoes and shit.
right,
So I told them, I was like, y'all know, I say, man, I said, do y'all know? I said, do y'all know what y'all daddy first pair of name brand shoes was ever? And I never forget them, bro. To this day, I was in the
Hey,
South.
Swiss, nigga.
I was 13 years old.
Fuck
No, I was 13 years old. I was starting 7th grade, first day. It was Adidas. It
So
was,
they run
look,
DMC's
bro. To me, in my mind, I was clean as a
fresh.
motherfucker because I had on that Billionaire Bay polo shirt with the Billionaire Bay shorts and the motherfucking Adidas match, nigga. It was Adidas,
Right.
and everybody else had on Nike and Jordan. You feel me? So I'm like, okay. So I say, you know, that was my first pair of name brand shoes. Was Adidas. Didn't nobody give a fuck about Adidas. And I got checked and you know, all that shit, man. All that shit, bro.
My folk fried your ass
Man,
in class.
all
Man,
that
you
shit,
gonna
bro.
get your
All that
run
shit.
damn
I
Steve
got
looking
all
ass
that
nigga, the
shit.
bald head nigga with the gold tee looking.
Yeah, man. You know, I was a little chubby at the time, you know, hadn't really came into my own body and shit. And bro, it was the
That
same.
was on your bed.
Listen, if I don't forget nothing else, if I forget everything else in school, bro, I'll never forget the 7th grade. That was my worst motherfucking year, bro. I went from being somewhere where everybody knew me because I was going to school in Smoky City, you know, over there where my grandma stayed at. Everybody knew me, so it don't matter what the fuck you were around everybody that know you, that love you.
Right.
These motherfuckers didn't know me, they ain't give a fuck. And they was a whole different breed of harsh motherfuckers, man. Cause I mean, hell, even then we used to joke around and check each other and shit, but we didn't like make each other feel bad about shit, bro. Like these motherfuckers went no holds barred on my ass, nigga.
Say no barn shit.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, okay, you know, you know, but I was telling them, I was like, man, listen to me. Them Adidas wasn't shit. And that was all y'all grandma could afford to give me. And so that's what the fuck I wore. Yeah. And I dealt with that. I said, man, listen, I said, do y'all realize y'all ain't never had nothing that wasn't Nike or Jordan?
Right.
I mean, now they wear this, all this other shit, all these other brands and shit.
Crocs
like,
and the bubble fried ends and
but like, God damn it, Nike and Jordan was what I was focused on y'all being in, cause y'all ain't going through what I went through.
Right.
Y'all ain't living this life. Y'all don't know shit about my life, and I don't know shit about y'all life. The way y'all live, I don't know nothing about that. I'm just providing it for y'all.
Right.
The way I came up when I was y'all age, man, we thought ramen noodles and fucking fried chicken legs was the best motherfucking meal we could get.
Right, and was grateful for it.
I cook you motherfuckers
was grateful for it.
Mignon. They didn't had filet mignon. My kids, king crab legs, all plates all today.
Top tier shit, man.
Like,
yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. But like me, I'm the parent. Like me, like don't get me wrong, bro. If you doing everything you're supposed to do, like my kids didn't always had nice shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Since they was little, but now they getting a little bit older, so things getting a little bit more expensive now.
Hell yeah.
So boys, now it's more of on you gotta earn certain stuff. You gonna have what you need now. You ain't gonna go to school bogus or nothing. But then when it come to if your grades ain't where they supposed to be at, bro, you gonna have some new shoes, but they not gonna be no the $175, the $175 Jordans. You gonna get some that's nice and decent because you don't need to be focused on you don't need to be focused on that trendy shit, and that's what take people focus off. Your focus get on how you dress instead of how you think and how you
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, and take education that's gonna help you in the long run.
That is why that's why even though they spoiled, they are spoiled.
Yeah.
they are also very well disciplined. You best believe that.
Have to be.
You
Have to be.
Man, listen. I promise you, my kids might act a damn fool in here when they go out this motherfucker. I never hear about it. I never hear the same shit.
Hey man, we're gonna. Hey man, check. Hey, check it out.
So nice. They are so mannerable. Oh my god.
I know.
I know.
Hey, with that be
they know I grab all they ass by the motherfucking throat if I hear anything different.
Hey, with that being said, we're gonna give a break, man. We'll be right back. You tuned in to the H.O.G podcast show. Social media mess with Cho Cheddar and Financial Lee. It starts at home. Keep it live.
CEO Gotti presents the Big Glow 4th of July Weekend Bash. Friday, July 7th at Club Flashback. Performance by Queens, New York artist Noah the Great. The best tracks, drill, R&B, and trap soul music and more by the one and only DJ Problem Child. Also, it's CEO Gotti's 9-year event hosting celebration, so you know it's about to be a night to remember. Powered by Paid Attention, the H.O.G podcast, the Chubb Show, the Cave Stream Show, and For Release Kitchen. Get your VIP sections now. Pre-game party at Undecided Bar. Grab. Exclusive events. X marks the spot.
Get the red light, twerking on them red lights. Get the red light, twerking on them red.
So you know what time it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the big bro Gotti over there, man. This is his 9th year of doing events in Germany. He's a guy from Memphis, Tennessee. This our brother, our homeboy, the co-host that's always on here with us, man.
Why you in and out? Why you in and out?
I'm in and out.
No, I'm talking to my mom.
Okay, but you know I'm on.
You got time for me?
I'm on a he co-hosts on here with us, you know what I'm saying? He got a event going on out there, big Memphis shit going on. They got a Memphis DJ.
I love you,
There's people rapping in there, so it's going down the real way. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to DJ. What's my boy name?
Problem Child.
Yeah, Problem Child. Memphis representative too, and then CEO Gotti.
Veteran. That boy, he a Funky Town veteran. He too young to know about Funky Town.
South Memphis. What's up, Miss Beverly? How you doing today?
South Memphis veteran.
Yes, sir. Well, welcome back, though. You know, for those that's just tuning in, make sure y'all hit the like, share, comment button. We trying to get to the 500, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can start doing some giveaways and stuff like that. So,
love you too, mama.
Nah, that's just a promo, mama. It's a lot of Memphis stuff going on over there tonight. So they got a show that's based on Memphis. It's kind of like a theme type thing. You know what I'm saying?
You had Big Glow. Oh my God.
We wouldn't be on here right now.
So wouldn't we be out there?
So we on here talking about like how we came up, social media being a mess, you know what I'm saying, and how we trying to correct our steps going forth. So
and my mama was just in here. The reason why I am who I am. Right. Diane Morris is still in here. Another reason why I am who I am. Yeah, man. Like it's man. Listen, man. I love everything about my life, man. Even the shit that hurt. You feel me?
Right.
Because if I didn't, I wouldn't understand. You know what I mean? Like you don't like honestly, bro. You think about this shit. Like, think about this shit, bro. Like, my family dynamic, bro. It's crazy, bro. We done had shit happen, and I ain't gonna get into it on here. You know, but we done talked about it. You know what I'm talking about. You know, the shit that I told y'all that happened, you know, in my grandma's house and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like they was going based off that. They didn't want me to be like that. And I'm the oldest boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want me to be like that. So I can understand. Yeah, shit. I'd beat me into submission if I thought that I could end up doing some shit like that. No lie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? Because it is what it is, bro. But like, I know why I got what I got. You feel me? I know why they were so dedicated to doing what they did. You know what I mean? Like, I ended up way better because of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's
Because
what's up.
without it,
Life is,
without it, I would have been lost.
she
And
said life is awesome no matter what. Hey, you know what I want to ask you, man? So even this for the audience too, Miss Beverly, y'all, different things like that. How do y'all feel about like the influence that young women are shown nowadays through social media? How do y'all feel? I'll give y'all a couple seconds to type in something like that. Then Lee, I know he can touch on it. He can touch on anything. So uh how do y'all feel about that? And it's the same thing for the guys too. We're gonna get into that question. Like the young guys, they seeing dudes with Dracos and switches and loads of money, you know what I'm saying? So like they influence, like you said, bro,
yeah,
the influence at the crib is one thing, but I'm just saying, like for these girls, our daughters, our sons, they have access to phones, which give these apps to where they can get on there and look at certain different things, right?
but
So
can I say something that we had talked about earlier though? Because I think we had said
I
something.
don't see any influence.
We had said something other than influence, right?
Yeah,
Like what we had said was like, you have to understand so that you can be the influence.
right,
Leadership,
right,
the definition of leadership has the word influence in it. Like, if you don't believe me, go get you a fucking Webster or Google the shit. Google the definition of leadership. I guarantee you the word influence is in there. Right? So I don't really deal with men that ain't the leaders of their house.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is influence is there, right? It's got to be the right fucking type of influence. So I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what my kids see. They know what right look like
right.
because they
Yeah,
know me.
yeah. Until they're around people that influence them outside of you, and then they tend to get triggered or brought into a situation to where, like, not saying
Yeah,
that they're
see,
gonna do it, but
but that's
it's
where
it's what's going on, bro.
that's where the foundation comes into play. See,
Yeah, great.
that's where repetition comes into play. Because see, nah, bro, you don't get influenced. You don't get influenced to go off the deep end and do shit that you know that's gonna land. That, bruh, trust me when I tell you. I
Right,
listen. Nigga, I teetered on the line because I knew.
right. But yeah,
I teetered on the line because I knew
we
these kids gonna teeter on the line because they know.
right,
Period. That you know, you already. All right, go ahead, go do that dumb shit if you want to. Go do that dumb shit if you. Yeah, I'm coming to get you. But guess when I'm coming to get you? You don't even fucking know. And
right.
it damn sure ain't gonna be the first day.
Yeah, you got to sit in there and learn
You
something
gonna
behind
sit there.
a mistake
Shit.
that got you in that place.
You gonna
But
sit there.
but what I'm saying is this. I'm saying that to say this, bro. Only thing we can do is give them knowledge at this point.
Yeah.
Once they feel it fully develop into their own personalities and they get a certain direction that they want to go in their life, you know what I'm saying? The only
Yeah,
thing we can
man.
do is rely on what we've instilled in them from birth to
Yeah.
now. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
She said, I'm 58. This Diane. She said,
Come on,
uh,
man.
yeah, she said, I'm 58. Young people love my presence.
Yep.
I'm their influencer and motivator.
Yep.
If it's not working, move on. Period.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yep.
That's a fact. That's
Yep.
a fact.
And you get you
I'm,
got people that
I'm
was like
one of the
us,
ones that she influence and motivate. So that's a fucking fact.
but you get so Lee, you got two type of teenagers, right? You
Yeah.
got one that's gonna give you that I know everything type mode, and this I got it figured out and I'm good. Then you got that teenager that listen to OGs
Yep.
and really get an open mind and get up under people, they students. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mhm.
one of them. I was one of them young niggas that listen to a lot of old niggas. But if I heard bullshit now, if I heard bullshit now, I'ma deviate for
Yeah,
sure.
no, I always wanted to learn.
Yeah. So I always had an open ear.
I ain't finna go do what you do. I'm just trying to learn. I just want to hear it.
Right. And nowadays we don't get enough of that, bro. Like even when we was coming up, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, I had some good people around. I wouldn't say father figure type people. I had some good people around
Oh yeah,
that
it was
that
always
gave you good game and stuff like this. But it's one thing to we didn't have people that actually showed us what they were saying. Like they talked it, but they didn't really show us what they were saying. Like they didn't show us outlets on how to get money early. And a lot of people, a lot of the people that was older than you back then, it was like they grew up on that mentality. Like my dad didn't do it for me, like the 70s type shit. Like my dad, he ain't do it for me, so figure it out. Like that type of vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Now I feel like it's recircling it back to what people really care. You got a lot of young fathers that out here that really care about their kids. She said that. She said that's where all the bad.
What I was saying though, we used to see shit on TV. We wanted to be it, but like you got your mama, man, your mama ain't. Man, my mama wasn't going for that shit. My daddy wasn't going for that shit.
Bro, listen, me and my mama just had the conversation the other day. Do you know, bro? I never owned a toy, plastic gun, water gun, or none of that shit growing up.
No,
my mama never bought me no play gun, none of that shit, bro.
We had water guns, but the water guns we had did not look like real guns at all.
Bro, I didn't have no. If I touched a water gun, it was at one of my relatives' house or somewhere away from my mama. She didn't buy me that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad because I ain't get infatuated with them type of things. If I would have got into that early, I might would have went down another road. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't know that. I mean, bro, that's why I said, bro. Like, listen, bro. I'm really stuck on what I can't like, because I know for a fact, bro. A lot of times I could have went left and fucked shit up.
Yeah.
It was because of these two ladies on here, the rest of my family and my daddy that I stayed right, nigga. Like that's a fact.
Right.
So I'm telling you, bro, the leadership of the whole situation, bro, is what motherfuckers need to own.
Right.
That's why I say it started home. That is why I say
we got Big Hat Guy in the building. People, welcome Big Hat Guy.
You busted by the earlobe, man, nigga,
man. Hey man, listen, man. Shout out to you for your 9th year event celebration out there. How did they go out there, man?
Yeah, appreciate it. And shit, yeah, it could have been better, but it was still amazing, nigga.
Okay.
Hey, what I tell you?
That's what's up.
We was teed up.
We ain't got no footage to put in the archive, nigga.
They used to how we do it. I'm not gonna apologize for it. And neither one of us. Nobody was apologizing.
Hey, did Noah turn it down?
Oh man, Noah, you been doing your thing. Yeah, and
tell us Charlie was something there to come to the camera, man.
I put Eden on the stage too.
Eden bumped out too. That's what's up. Shout out to the German artist Eden, action figurine. Shout out to my homeboy Noah the Great out there, Rick and shit up out there in Germany. The hottest of the hottest.
Look at that. You got called out.
How you doing, mama?
You got called out.
About time, is it? About time. Hey, I've been low key out here marinating in this situation for a minute now.
That's what's up, though. We done ran the promo 2 times now. The event over, so y'all know it turned out good. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate everybody that's tuned in, showing love to my broskies. You know what I mean? I know they hold it down. Oh, he's showing out. Lee trimmed the beard up a little bit, so I know he was popping. I see 2 or 3 hairs missing, so I know he trimmed it up for y'all.
Hey, multi-talented said, "What's up, Gotti?"
What's up?
That's my brother.
What is that? 870.
870 now. Ain't don't say 87. 870, man.
870. It should have been 901, so I don't even know what to say.
Fuck all this. We from across the bridge, nigga.
Yeah, where you from? Yeah.
But we still Memphis though.
Around the corner. He from around the corner.
Oh man.
He from around the corner.
Auntie Tina in the building.
Yeah.
Yep, Auntie
What's
Tina in the
going
building.
on?
Tina in the
Auntie
building.
Tina,
I know the
hey, how you
hit
doing?
the like shirt button, man.
I'm happy I can get over here and talk a little bit.
Man, listen, we done been on this jump for a minute. We've been chopping it up though, so we just been talking about how social media a mess, and then how it starts at home. You know what I'm saying? Like what these kids need to know about social media.
That's what
What
they
they
do,
need to take
multitalent.
from it. Entertainment is entertainment. Reality is reality, basically. You know what I'm saying? The boil it out.
Multitalent. Hey, multitalent, we do that across the board.
Just
One eye open, one eye closed.
simply put, I know for a fact that none of us on this motherfucking screen right now could just go do some shit we seen on TV without somebody intervening and putting hands on our ass.
Yeah, we gonna bless you now. We'll put the blessing oil on your forehead if you show it out.
You know what I'm saying? That just was some shit that could happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ain't no jiffy around here. Ain't no jiffy.
Got it. So, what makes social media a mess from your standpoint? Since you just tuning in and shit, like you can go anywhere with. We've been you can go anywhere with it, now. We done been on. We done been like corporate with it. So I know you bring that more
with this shit.
What make it a mess is there to enlighten you and help you. I mean, the path is clearer than it was for us. Technically it's easier than it was for us. We used to bust open the Encyclopedia Britannica. You know what I mean? Y'all could just pull out the phone. Y'all got so much. It ain't no excuse to be killing one another when success is at your fingertips. That's crazy. So if you finagling your future, man, shame on you. Shame on you. You deserve a whooping. I'm pulling the belt out on you right now. Carry on. Carry the hell on.
I don't even really think we can say nothing better than that, bro.
You need a whooping.
That real shit. That's real motherfucker.
All y'all need a whooping out there showing out. If you shoot something, you need a whooping.
Think about all that shit. You think about all that shit that we had to go to a book to learn. And y'all motherfuckers can take y'all phones and go to Google.
Yeah.
And it literally takes you 1/16 of the amount of time that it took us.
Is that financial lead?
Yeah, that's financial lead.
Yeah, y'all know who it is.
Well, no way. Look at this.
Hello.
What's up?
Yeah, you said you're gonna be up before us.
You gotta wake this up. Let me fuck with him.
You wanna fuck?
Y'all keep it.
Lay down.
I don't care. What's the room number? Oh no, I gotta wake no ass up. He hit 6. He hit 6.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you know what time it is, man. We're gonna wait till guy to get back in the quiet.
He's doing good.
The bro just hopped in. He doing this thing, man. Lee been on this joint chopping it up. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Yeah.
Noah.
Please like, subscribe, share
podcast right there.
You know, anybody
on the podcast. I can't even get on there. Wow,
man, put your shirt on.
I ain't a man.
Bird looking at nigga.
Tough ass nigga.
Panda bird looking at nigga.
Where you at, man? Where
Get out the camera. Panda bird looking at nigga.
Auntie right there.
I
like how you got somebody like it.
Hey, I found the comedian you look like too, though, but we're gonna do that on another episode. But shout out to Noah the Great, man. He looked like he's sweating.
Good shit.
Yeah. Hey, y'all gonna get in tune. We're gonna have to play some of his music or bring some of his music on, get him on an interview or whatnot.
Oh no, we got something. He got something in the work, so we got something in the work.
Yeah. So we're gonna let Gotti, you muted right now, nigga. So you can hear us like when you get around a quiet area, then we'll put you back in. Bell Bill DeVoe looking at nigga.
He was Gotti.
And I'm talking about Gertie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to hit the archives right now.
Why you keep touching your chin, nigga, like you on like you on a damn dating website or something?
You got a motherfucking NBA 1983 sock on your arm right now. Talking about as a sleeve, nigga. Look at that shit, boy.
Hey, we finna wrap it up though, man. We appreciate you for tuning in and hopping in. I thought we weren't gonna see you tonight, bro.
So, lollipop. Hey, yeah, go ahead. Say something.
What we get up for next week?
What we get up today? We got these hoes up for dollars. we gotta figure that out, man. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all know
y'all know we ain't telling y'all what's going on next week.
We got. I don't know if y'all told them. I don't know if y'all told them, but Battle of the Sexes both.
Yeah, it's coming up.
It's August.
That's August.
Yeah,
that's coming up.
So the ladies episode, completely ladies.
For y'all that don't know,
Battle of the Sexes. Edith said, "Did she get an invite to the ladies episode?"
Yeah, for sure. I got some people in mind, man. I think Can You Handle It podcast that came on here with y'all that weekend. I feel like they could be on that joint. Action Figurine and some more. You know, I got some other people that's been reaching out, so that'll be cool. Battle of the Sexes month. Yeah, we have a ladies' night, a guys' night, and then one together. We just basically be talking about like different issues, relationships, all that different type of stuff. So y'all make sure y'all tuned in, keep it locked.
Hey,
you better get up out of here.
If you interested in seeing what Battle of the Sexes month was like last year, just hit the YouTube page and tap in.
Hit replay. You know what time it is, man. Look, we appreciate y'all for being on our team tonight, tuning in with us, having a couple drinks with us, talking about this social media mess shit. You know what y'all got to do to the next time y'all see us. Let's stay prayed up.
Let's stay papered up.
And stay pulled up, man.
You already know what it is, man. H.O.G. the brand. We out of there.
Yeah, big hog shit.
The things I've been through wasn't great. But I made it out it anyway. You know that. The things I've been through wasn't great.